Today, we bring to you Midwest infrastructure. And what we are working on is talking about skilled trades. And
I think that's just a testament to the OBIC characteristic that if you believe in something, don't ever look back and question it. Just tackle it full head of steam. Go, 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 because it's going to work out in the end because you believe in the product and you believe in the process. And like Kolby was saying, these towns, it's not a want. You want nicer clothes, you want a nicer car. It's a necessity. You have to take care of this underground infrastructure.
To grow America, to grow a town, you have to have infrastructure. You have to have the guys out there building, pouring concrete, doing those types of things. And, there's a lot of pride in that.
I just want to say welcome to the Trenchless Table, guys. We're trying something new this year, and we're working through OBICon 2025. And today, we bring to you Midwest infrastructure. So I've got Kolby Baker and Asa Baker here today, along with Cole Andrews as co-host today. And what we are working on is talking about skilled trades and how we as entrepreneurs got where we are today. So if you guys would, Kolby, why don't you tee it up here for us? Give us a little bit of background about yourself and how'd you get into the trades?
I'll try to condense this down a little bit. Obviously, I'm Kolby Baker from Jeff City, Missouri, 35 years old. I've been a business owner for 11 years. How I got into trades, honestly, I grew up in the rural Missouri, and we were always outside doing something, right? And so that translated into my, to construction work because that's kind of what I knew. My dad owned a concrete flat work company, foundation work company, and so it was a natural fit to go in there and work with my dad because I didn't have to go out and find a job that way.
Nice.
But I did get fired. But
how many times?
A couple times. But hey, you got to learn those hard lessons to venture yourself down the road, right? But I always liked going outside and seeing the progress of what you can do, right? And seeing the after of your hard work. And so that kind of translated. I enjoyed that part of things. I went to college, played football, got done with that. And I learned that I was not an inside person. I enjoyed going out talking to people, but I also enjoyed the aspect of the trades. Like that's the type of people that I got along with, right? The best. And so I got out of college. Dad said, "Hey, come back, work for the company." I got this cool idea of mud jacking, and I was like, "What the heck is that?" Right? Like, had no clue what that was. And so I came back, and it was about concrete lifting and leveling. And so one thing led to the next. We went to a training class, and we started that company in 2014. And so that kind of was the catapult into my entrepreneurship journey. And over the years, we grew that company, and me and my dad were partnership in that company. And then 2019 came along. We were both to the point where I'm growing as a young entrepreneur, and he's growing too. And so we kind of butted heads a little bit. And it's like, hey, I came across OBIC on Facebook, actually. ART first, and then I learned about OBIC, and I'm like, what is this product, right? And so I was in the house one day, and I messaged ART or OBIC. I can't remember exactly which one it was, and then you responded back, saying, hey, give me a call.
Yep.
And so I remember it just like it was yesterday. I was like, Lake of the Ozarks, and I called Dustin, and the next thing you know, I was like, this might be a 10, 15-minute conversation just to see what it's about. I don't know, an hour and a half later.
It was a long conversation.
It was a long conversation.
Yeah.
And I went to Dad and I said, hey, this is something we should explore a little bit, right? Then you invited us out to WEFTech in Chicago, and I got to experience that massive show. And so then we came up to Ohio after that and talked with you and sealed the deal and doing our a coatings company. And we launched that. I guess we created the LLC in November of 19, but we did not get started until March of 2020, right in the heart of COVID.
Oh, man.
So that was
what a blast.
The dreaded COVID years, that really fun times to start a business. So you persevered through it, and you made it. And just welcome to the team. You guys have been doing a great job. And so family-run businesses are hard, and you got your brother Asa here with you, and so you've added another layer in. And so Tell us about that, Asa. How is tell us how you got here and how your perspective is in the family run business.
Yeah, Dustin, I'd love to. And first off, thanks for having us at the Trenchless Table. This is going to be a lot of cool whenever it comes to life and you start to see a lot more guests on here and hear a lot of stories. But similar to Kolby, we grew up with the same exact kind of life, out in the outdoors, working with Dad, doing concrete, getting our hands dirty from a young age. So that kind of was something that always resonated with us. Again, seeing the progress from ripping up a driveway that's busted and broken to pouring something that's beautiful and flat and going to be there for a really long time. So in the industry that we're in, you see that a lot. You change manholes or structures from dirty and deteriorated from beautiful and orange or beautiful and gray. That's going to be proven and taken care of for a really long time. So again, that always appealed to me as benefiting something and making it like brand new. But again, same kind of story. Went to college, played football, realized that I was not a corporate guy or I was not an inside office man. I like to be on the road. I like to have the boots on, get a little dirty sometimes and feel that appreciation of creating something and making something new. Again, the company, Midwest Infrastructure, has grown tremendously since it started. And Dad and Kolby came to me and realized that they needed some help growing the company a little bit and some more hands. So I was happy to be a part of the team and continue to help this company grow to a very large underground infrastructure company. And with the Obic Armor, we've done a great job and we're really happy with it. But it's been a lot of fun to see the territories grow, see the amount of trucks grow, see the work that we're doing and be a little more accustomed to it. But yeah, that's kind of how I got here. It's a little shorter than Kolby's version. I don't have as much history as he does, but maybe soon I will. And I'm happy about that. But never thought that I would be in the underground infrastructure industry, the sewer industry, but really happy that we are here now. So
yeah, it's been good having you guys on the team, and I just need to know who's got fired more.
Probably me.
This guy for sure.
I would say, yeah. There's got to be a rebel.
Something that comes to mind hearing that story, because it's pretty sweet to hear just kind of how things come together. But there wasn't much time in that whole process. It was information, go, and not look back, from what it sounds like.
Exactly. And like that was a big thing for me whenever we met with Dustin, we saw the Obic product line. If you, I say this lightly, if you have any kind of common sense, you can see the value in the system immediately. I mean, immediately I saw like, oh my gosh, this could be something on the verge of great. You know what I mean? And so I wasn't 100% into the utility infrastructure market at the time, but I saw the need for it in our area because I had enough municipal contacts that I reached out to and I said, well, do you have a need for this? Is this something that you're going to be looking into? And then every answer I got was, we need to start that program, right? We need to do those types of things. Yes, we have the infiltration issues. We don't know how to fix them. So they were looking for solutions in Missouri specifically is where we started. And that's where, whenever you hear that as an entrepreneur and you're looking to go down another road, that's what you want to hear. So you want to hear people that have problems and you have a solution to fix those problems. And that's where that came in at.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, talk about pace all the time. Dustin's the fastest in the room, and it sounds like you guys are very much so alike, and it's proof in the pudding in that story.
Correct. Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why the 10, 15-minute conversation turned into an hour and a half, because stories started to align. It resonates, the same journey, same process to build, and they were looking for a new product and being aggressive. That's just, you're looking for something, you go hard, you go fast, and you got to figure it out because we don't want to waste time.
Yeah, time is money.
Yeah, and I think that's just a testament to the Obic characteristic that if you believe in something, don't ever look back and question it. Just tackle it full head of steam, go, because it's going to work out in the end because you believe in the product and you believe in the process. And like Kolby was saying, these towns, it's not a want. You want nicer clothes, you want a nicer car. It's a necessity. You have to take care of this underground infrastructure, or else literally it's going to crumble to the ground and you are going to have a broken and shattered city in your hands that you're going to have to build back up from the ground up and completely fix it. So if you don't take care of what's down there right now, you're going to be in a world of hurt whenever it does start to crumble and it does start to deteriorate. And then your pockets, are going to crumble and deteriorate. So it's a necessity. It's not really a want, and it's awesome.
And I think that, the city administrators are doing their due diligence, and they're listening to their citizens, and they're like, they want to take care of what they already have first before they grow anymore, and which is a good concept to have. You need to take care of the infrastructure that you already have before, because the R&R, rip out and replace is not necessarily the way to go.
So real quick, I want to go a little bit more in depth on the company. Let's talk about the trade. And, nobody grows up and says, hey, I'm going to go spray manholes for a living. But let's talk about the skilled trades for a minute and how it's benefiting your team members. And maybe just tell us how many team members you got that are out there getting after it day in, day out for you with MIC, and maybe highlight a little bit about how many total you got between the two companies. I know they're kind of separate, but it's all skilled trades. I
would say that, the skilled trades are the pendulum swung away from that for a lot of years because people pushed education and corporate jobs and the technology part of things. Well, you're seeing that pendulum swing back, and it's swinging back extremely hard. And, to grow America, to grow a town, you have to have infrastructure. You have to have the guys out there building, pouring concrete, doing those types of things. And, there's a lot of pride in that. And that's where I love seeing, we have a lot of young guys that not necessarily didn't grow up with parents that worked in the trades, but those guys like to get out and they like to be active. And so we enjoy teaching them about those things and then I'll use Cole for an example. Cole is one of our project managers. Whenever he showed up to day one, I looked at the kid. I was like, oh my gosh, he was 120 pounds, soaking wet, wearing skinny jeans, and it looked like he'd never picked up a hammer before in his life. He hadn't have a callus on his hand. And I looked at my dad. I said, so you think he'll make it? But now look, he's been with the company for 5.5 years. Or 5 years now, and he's a project manager. He's worked his way up from being the helper to the main sprayer, and then now into a project management role and beyond. And because he'll do great things with our company, and those are the things that I value because I enjoy watching people learn and grow and do those things. But between the two companies, I think we have 41 guys.
Nice. That's great. That's a lot of mouths to feed, and families you're taking care of. And that's what I count is here in our conglomeration, I count how many lives are we benefiting from these good jobs, right? So these are good paying jobs. They're good. They're an honest day's work. You still got to show up and work hard.
That's right.
And I feel like the young generation, they want to get after it. They just don't know what to do.
Right. They don't know what to do. And then, a lot of times, they're hungry. They just don't know how to make money. Well, the money and, prevailing wage work and different things, the hours that the guys work, the majority of the time, I can't remember the last time that we only had 40 hours a week. Mm-hmm. As an employer, you're always paying overtime, which is fine as long as we're getting production done. Yep. I don't mind paying, and they earn it. But yeah, if a young person is looking to make some money and travel around and see things and do things, like this is a fantastic trade to be in.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to hear what next is for MIC from an ownership perspective, but also from a sales perspective, somebody who's knocking on doors, somebody who's a lot of time in the truck, seeing different parts of the country. What is next for MIC?
From a sales perspective, I cover Arkansas and Oklahoma and a little piece of Texas, but one thing that I really love whenever I'm out on the road is meeting new people in towns that eventually become customers and gain that sense of trust and appreciation for us. So whenever you first meet somebody at a new town you've never been before, they're a little eerie. You tell them about yourself, you tell them how you can fix them and the benefits you can bring, and they kind of go back home and they think about that. But eventually the next few visits, they start welcoming me at the door. You go get lunch, you turn into a friend, and then all of a sudden they're a great business partner. And it's the fact of they never would have known about you if you weren't out pounding that road, showing up unannounced and just saying, hey, I just want to make an impression. I want to show you what we have, show you the opportunities we can bring to you in your city and your system. And after that, you can make the decision for yourself if it's best for you. So making that first impression and then watching that relationship grow into new towns and new people, and then showing up at trade shows and having more people every single year come up and recognize you because you've been around and you've been present in their city and in their system, trying to give them an improvement that maybe they didn't know about beforehand. So for me, I think that's awesome. You know, we added a bunch of new Oklahoma towns, and we're looking forward to Arkansas and Texas. But for sales, I think it's just that continuing to grow the portfolio, add more towns that never really knew you were there. But as soon as they figure out about you, they're extremely happy and grateful about what you're going to bring to their city and how you're going to help them. Because, you know, with the Obic Armor, we're not selling 5 other different types of lining systems that, you know, if they don't like this one, they can choose this one, or vice versa. We believe in one thing and we have that one product, and we believe that the clients will see the benefits immediately after they put it in the ground, and they're extremely happy with it after they do get some. So it's bringing that awareness, that opportunity to their dining table and letting them eat from it, and kind of letting them make that decision for themselves. That's what's new for us in sales, is bringing new people in and bringing that awareness to their dinner table.
I would say from an owner standpoint, you know, we're trying to really just maximize the territory that we have, right? So we have Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, and northern part of Texas, and we just want to really maximize those states. We want to maximize the efficiencies in those states, and you know, our goal is to really have 4 to 5 trucks per state, you know, in each one of those areas, and I don't think that's too far out of the extreme to have, and so that's what we're going to focus on. We're going to grow. We're going to try to not grow too fast, obviously, because there's growing pains there. You're always going to have growing pains, but you know, we want to grow at a steady pace that is acceptable for us.
That's great, and I think that you nailed it. There's opportunities everywhere. As we grow, it's important to keep the gas on the pedal down, the foot on the gas, as they say. And we are in a great growth opportunity right now. I don't see a lot of slowdown in the infrastructure world. I don't know what you guys are seeing, but right now I don't see the infrastructure rehabilitation industry, the trenchless talk we're having, I don't see it slowing down, because everybody needs our services. They don't realize it because most of these buried assets are underground and it's long gone, forgotten. And we drive over it every day as creatures of habit. We don't even recognize that they're there to the general population. And so the need is prevalent and it's there. And I think growth is inevitable with you guys. You guys are one of the fastest growing companies we got in the Obic family, and it's been fun to see. And I know that hard to start out of COVID, but you guys have done a nice job, and it's been good to watch you guys grow and evolve. And
it's, you know, the growth is a testament to the employees that we have too.
Yeah.
You know, they play the biggest role in what we do. You know, those guys have all coming in, and they've taken what we've taught them.
They've bought
in and have totally impressed everybody from us. You know, we don't, you know, people ask us all the time, where did you find these guys?
That's awesome.
It's like, hey, you know, they came to us, majority of them, you know, but, you know, we started with a core group of people, and that core group, you know, I'm a firm believer, if you treat people right, those people bring people to you, and then you collectively grow as one, you know what I mean? And you're not just always trying to find a new guy here and there because you're not treating people right or not paying people right, you know? And so culture's a big thing at Midwest, and we want to always keep that good culture.
Yeah, and I agree to that 100%. We have seen that evolution over the years, and killers breed killers, right? They want to come to work, they want to do a good job, and a lot of times the culture will take care of itself, because if somebody comes in and they're not keeping up, they'll help keep
they'll weed them out,
the weeds away.
Yeah, and whenever I do presentations or something like this, you know, whenever we're talking down with clients, you know, the client wants to know that the job is going to be done correctly. And we always touch on that great people build great companies. So whenever we send a crew out to your shop, it's going to be a certified, qualified crew that's going to do a great job for you. And you're not going to have to sit over top of and micromanage them, you know, the whole entire time that they're there, because we send you the assurance, we send you the accountability and the pictures to show you that it's going to be a great product at the end of it. And you're going to want us to come back next year. So again, a testament to the guys for not having to be micromanaged and being proud of their work and taking their own accountability and checking each other out to make sure that what we put in the ground, OBIC, we live up to that standard, and it does come out the way that it's supposed to and performs the way that us sales guys talk about it. You know, we can talk about it all we want, but if they're not going to do the correct job whenever they're on site, all of our word just goes out the window.
Your credibility's gone.
Yep.
I got a quick question. Both you guys went to college, played football. Now you're in the trades. The question is, did college set you up for success in what you're doing today?
No.
Yeah, no. I mean,
if I would have known what I know now, I mean,
You had fun. You played football, so you can't discredit that, I'm sure.
No, I'm not discrediting that. You know, I had fun, but you know, that's a short time in your life. Mm-hmm. It's very short. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I if I were to take it back, I would probably give that up to help to grow a company, to change lives, to help other people. Because, you know, I mean, I went to school to play football for me, mm-hmm. right? Not necessarily for anybody else. But, you know, and being in business, and you get to help other people, and that's what matters. That's what I like. I like to see the change on other people's face, or act as a dad to somebody that necessarily didn't have one growing up, mm-hmm. you know? And so those are some things that I really appreciate. And that, yeah, if I was looking back on that, I probably wouldn't go.
I would say the few areas that college really helped me in being on a football team is being on that last word, that team. Being on a team, realizing that it's not just me, it's not just Kolby, it's not just Logan, Cole, whoever else is on that team. It's everybody has to work together, one, to get to a desired goal. You know, we didn't win conference championships because we had a good quarterback or because we had a good running back. We won conference championships because we had a great team. So dealing with people and dealing with problems and keeping people accountable and being responsible and having the time management to show up every day to work, to weights, to film session, to fall camp, to, you know, whatever the case may be. It was just that little part of college that really, I think, helped me out tremendously, is being a part of that team and that time management, that responsibility, you know, being a real adult now, you know, in the workforce and having responsibilities and being a part of that team. That's where it helped me out.
Absolutely.
I'm over here smiling year to
go
year
ahead.
because since about 19 years old, I've always made the correlation from sports to business. Every single piece of the puzzle, you can correlate it from night and day to sports to business. Yeah. I'd say it all the time as a high school soccer coach. Sports teaches kids capable of big things, hard things, and the little things. Mm-hmm. And every single piece of that puzzle equates to being successful in business. The big things, things that are scary, things that are tough, the monsters under the bed, the little things, the details that matter, and also the hard things.
Yeah, my college coach always had us put up 4 fingers. So your direction is your pointer finger because that's where you point to. Your team is your middle finger because it's the biggest one. Your love is your ring finger because that's your love finger. And then your pinky is your little thing. So whenever we put up the 4 pillars, those are the 4 things we're thinking of. Direction, team, love, and little things. And if you do those 4 things correctly and you're all on the same mission with those 4 fingers as your team, there's really nothing that can stop you except for yourself.
That's good. I really like that.
Yeah.
We got a line of installers here at Obicon 2025 to try and get conversations with. I think safe to say we could probably sit up here for hours and talk. Mm-hmm. I could talk to a wall. I could talk to you guys for even longer. But I really just want to say on behalf of OBIC, on behalf of ART, who also shares a building here, we just really have a pleasure of having you guys, your team here in our house. Pleasure to serve, pleasure to also learn from you guys and hear from you guys and just share meals, share conversations. And thank you guys for coming out.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, awesome. It's been a great opportunity.
Yeah, this has been a good week, and having the Obic family in town and getting to see everybody and break bread together has been fun. All right, guys. Hey, awesome to have you at the table, and we look forward to having you back here soon. Thank
you,
guys.
Dustin. Thank you, Cole.
Yeah, thanks, guys.